chicken and dumplings. Leave it to a southerner, most likely, to throw a chicken in a pot and throw in some leftover biscuit dough just to see what happens. I don't actually know that that's how chicken and dumplings was invented, but I'm gonna go with it. And since you're with me today, so are you. So what was the result? It was absolutely beautiful. Hi, I am Mitchell Moore. I am a pastry chef and restaurant owner in Jackson, Mississippi. I've got Campbell's Bakery and Campbell's Craft, donuts, tacos, and coffee. You're welcome to try any of them next time you stop through Jackson. But today, that's not what we're talking about. Today, we're talking about chicken and dumplings. We have here a beautiful array of ingredients before us. Let's learn about what they are. Thanks, Mitchell. We've got a rotisserie chicken that we did not cook. We just went to the grocery store and bought it because it's in the middle of a worldwide pandemic and we're just trying to feed our family. Then we've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of ice-cold buttermilk, I think 8 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, some salt and pepper, garlic, because my family likes garlic, mirepoix, which is, if you've seen my videos, carrots, celery, and onion, and my homemade chicken stock, or Mitchell's homemade chicken stock, which you can find by finding his video on homemade chicken stock. Take it away. Let's make some chicken and dumplings. The chicken part has already been done for us because we got one of those rotisserie chickens from the grocery store. But we do need to bring some more flavor to the party. Mirepoix, we will turn my heat down a little bit. I'm only going to use about half a bag of this. Maybe not even that much. Yeah, not even that much. It all depends on how much you want in yours. Then, saute that just a little bit until the onions become translucent. Now, while those vegetables cook, I'm going to add some garlic. Your family probably won't like garlic in chicken and dumplings. I actually don't know anybody else who puts garlic in chicken and dumplings, but that's how my family eats it. And so that's how I make it. I know you've seen people take the clove of garlic and put it on the table and bash it with the side of the knife. I do that sometimes, but if I want to peel the clove of garlic, this is what I do at the restaurant. Now, I leave the peeling behind and I have my little cloves. It really is what I do in the restaurant. All right, because it's how my family likes it, in goes the garlic. Stir that around a tiny bit. And now the homemade chicken stock, which again, you should definitely have on hand, as well as our chicken that we slaved over for hours trying to make. We will set that to cooking. Once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it back down. That chicken's cooked, so I don't want to just blitz the chicken with heat and turn it into dry, rubbery bits, but I do need it to boil. Let's go make some dumplings. Chicken and the chicken stock and all the vegetables and whatnot boiling. While they're doing that, I'm going to make my dumplings. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 8 tablespoons of butter, a cup of buttermilk, some salt and pepper, and 2 tablespoons of baking powder. The baking powder is kind of the secret. It is what's going to make the dumplings nice and fluffy, airy. In other words, not so dense. You don't want dense dumplings, unless you do, in which case, make dense dumplings. Who cares? This is what I'm talking about. Now, if you've seen my easy biscuit recipe, which you definitely should have by now, you would understand that we stop mixing our biscuit dough when it is just barely together. But this is not biscuit dough. This is dumpling dough. So we just keep mixing. I want it to get a little tough. I don't want it to be fluffy like a biscuit. Now, your grandmother, she made rolled dumplings. I don't have at my house the counter space or the time to make rolled dumplings, so I make drop dumplings. Really the same thing, but it takes out a step, and that works for me. There are two ways you can do this with these dumplings. You can use a disher and literally drop it in. I mean, if you want it quick and easy, that can be quick and easy. However, I do like rolled dumplings. So I take flour and put it on my hands, and then I flatten this out so that it's closer to a rolled dumpling, and then into the stock it goes. This is how we do it at my house, just because I like the kind of my grandmother's rolled dumplings. Now, you can, if you want to, take this dough, put some flour on your cutting board, and roll it out. It's totally fine. It will hold up to that and be no worse for the wear. This for me is just easier. I do it as I'm cooking, so it doesn't take up any additional time. And again, in the restaurant, these would be called rustic. Now, how long do these cook, Mitchell? Probably 15 minutes. You know, it all depends, but I think if you started with 15 minutes and then checked them for doneness, that would be fine. How do you know that they're done? They taste done. Right now, if you were to eat this, it would taste like floury dough that's underdone and uncooked. And you don't want that. You want it to taste like it's cooked. So, cook it until you can try one and they hold together and they taste like they're done. What do you want from me? Look at that. That beautiful dumpling. I mean, okay. I can't, sometimes you just don't have words for how good something is. That's what this is. This reminds me of my granny. This is a little slice of home. This is just fantastic. And it's so quick. And you don't have to rely on things like Womp biscuits or pre-made things other than the chicken, which you don't actually have to rely on that. You could totally use your own chicken and boil it up. That's totally fine, whatever. Remember, nobody cares. This is your food that you're cooking for your family. So I realize you guys might not know what a Womp biscuit is. You take a can of biscuits and you womp it on the side of the counter to open it. Now you know. Dun, 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 dun. So let me move it away so I am not tempted anymore. And I can say thank you to all of the patrons on Patreon. You guys are amazing. Thank you to the patron who asked me to make chicken and dumplings, because now I'm going to get to eat chicken and dumplings. Thank you to everybody who subscribes. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you share the video, that helps me out as well. I'm just trying to help as many people as I can during this time to feed their families. Thank you so much, you guys. It really is amazing. Be sure to click on my face, wherever it is. Not this face, There's another little face somewhere, maybe down here. That will allow you to subscribe. Visit our Patreon page so we can help buy groceries and whatnot. And thank you. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you have any complaints, feel free to send them to ithinkwompbiscuitsarefine@tofeedthefamilylove.com. Thanks.